Good morning, everybody. Welcome. I'm Donna Cease, or Doma C. I'm the spiritual program coordinator for Kadampa Center. And just a very quick announcement. We're in the middle of a very special holy month, Sakadawa. And Tuesday is Sakadawa Duchen, the full moon day of the month. And this day marks three essential points in the life of Shakyamuni Buddha: his birth, his enlightenment, and his passing out of this lifetime. They all happened on the full moon day of the fourth month of the lunar year. On Tuesday, which is that day, we're going to have a special event here at Geshe Gelik will come here and offer 8 Mahayana precepts. That happens at 5:30 in the morning because we need to do it before sunup. It's a set of 8 vows that you take for just one day. No killing, no stealing, no lying, no sexual misconduct, no intoxicants, and a couple of other things. So if you would like to join us, we'll be here at 5:30 that morning. If you can't come and you want to do it online, we won't be streaming it online from here, but you can take it online from Lama Zopa Rinpoche. And there's a link to that on our calendar page for June 14. Also at noon on that day, we will be online, and we'll be doing the practice of the prostrations to the 35 Confession Buddhas, and also a group reading of the Vajrakutter Sutra. So those are both really powerful practices. It's a really powerful day to do any kind of practice. If you can't join us, please try to take a moment to at least say a few mantras and do something for your spiritual life on that day. Now Sandy has an announcement.
Good morning, everybody. And we actually have a few newcomers. Welcome to Kadampa Center. I'm excited that you're here. So many of you that are coming in person are seeing all of the activity that's going on outside. We're actually building a circumambulation path around the entire center. We've been having a circumambulation practice during COVID around the stupa, and then Geshe Sangpo and Geshe Gelik advised us that all of the holy items within our Gampa should be circumambulated as well. So we started increasing our circumambulation path, and our grounds group created a temporary path. And now, since this is such a beautiful, important, and deep practice, Kadampa Center has chosen to create a project where we are laying out a formal brick circumambulation path around the entire center, so that anybody, whether age, any issues that anybody will have a safe walking path around the entire center, around the entire Gampa, with all of the auspicious items in here, as well as our stupa. If you would like to get involved with this project, anybody that gets involved with a holy project, a special practice project, creates immense merit. And Kadampa Center actually has the funds to do this, which is why we started the project. But we're inviting, as a practice of generosity, people to give in order to become a part of this project. Whether you give $1, whether you give $1,000, you will be creating immense merit to get involved with this. So we're opening this opportunity up. Also, during this project, we actually had some storm damage to the Garden Buddha shelter. And we're looking at that as an auspicious event as well, that it gives us the opportunity to build a new Buddha shrine for our outdoor Garden Buddha. And so that's a project that we're just starting. We'll be finding out more details about that, as well as beautifying the entire Buddha garden area in order to create a welcoming and safe environment for our community and all who come to visit the center. So more information will be coming out about this. If you're interested in supporting this project at whatever level, you can find the information on our website. I'm hoping that you're connected with all of the different communication ways of Kadampa Center, which is our website, kadampa-center.org. We have 2 Facebook pages, a Kadampa Center formal page, and we also have a Kadampa Center community group page. And we also have an email, which is really critically important. So we have emails. Please sign up for our email newsletters so that you know what's going on here at Kadampa Center. We do practice the ever-changing impermanence. So schedules change, things change, teachings change. You never know what. So that's the best way to make sure that you get the information that Kadampa Center offers in all of our practices and our teachers and teachings. So I welcome you all to the center, whether virtually or in person. I welcome you all to take part in these practices, to please take advantage of the opportunity to create merit. I'm actually going along with what Donna was saying, and I'm thinking, boy, if I give on Sakadawa, I've got eons of good merit. So, and again, whether it's $1 or $1,000, it doesn't matter. Please give anything so that you can become a part of this. Geshe Gelik talks about the fact that if you are involved in a holy project, you gain the merit of anybody that takes part in that practice. So it's part of sharing the merit, which is really an immense opportunity. So thank you again. If you have any questions, please track me down. I'm usually around. And I hope you have just an awesome, beautiful day. Thank you.
Thank you, Sandy. Thank you, Donna. Geshe should be arriving soon. Geshe-la has arrived.
Okay, so let's begin by chanting Shakyamuni Buddha's mantra 3 times, and it's on page 34 of the Gold Prayer Book. 34. Te ata o mone mone maha munaye soha. Te ata o mone mone maha munaye soha. Te ata o mune mune maha munaye soha. Now the Medicine Buddha, verse of praise and mantra, also on page 34. Bhagawan with equal compassion for all, whose name when merely heard dispels the suffering of the low realms, dispel of disease and the 3 poisons, I prostrate to Medicine Buddha, lapis light. Te ata om bekanze bekanze maha bekanze bekanze raja samugate soha. Te ata om bekanze bekanze maha bekanze bekanze raja samugate soha. Te ata om bekanze bekanze maha bekanze bekanze raja samugate soha. Te ata om bekanze bekanze maha bekanze bekanze raja samugate soha. Te ata om bekanze bekanze maha bekanze bekanze raja samugate soha. Te ata om bekanze bekanze maha bekanze bekanze raja samugate soha. Te ata om bekanze bekanze maha bekanze bekanze raja samugate soha. now 4 measurables in your own language 3 times, also on page 34. May all sentient beings have happiness in the causes of happiness. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all sentient beings be inseparable from the happiness that is free from suffering. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free from attachment for friends or hatred for enemies. May all sentient beings have happiness in the causes of happiness. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all sentient beings be inseparable from the happiness that is free from suffering. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free from attachment for friends or hatred for enemies. May all sentient beings have happiness in the causes of happiness. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May all sentient beings be inseparable from the happiness that is free from suffering. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free from attachment for friends or hatred for enemies. Okay, now on page 37, the verse of praise and mantra for Chen Reisik, Buddha of great compassion. Not veiled by any fault, white in color, whose head a perfect Buddha crowns in light, gazing compassionately at all beings. To you, Chen Reisik, all-seeing one, I prostrate. Om Mani Padme Hum. 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 Now the verse and praise and mantra for Green Tara, and that's also on page 37. Tare liberates from cyclic existence. Tutare liberates from all fears. Ture liberates from all sickness. I prostrate to the liberator, Mother Tara. Om Tare Tu Re Soha. 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 The Refuge in Bodhicitta prayer is on page 34 in the Gold Prayer Book.
Sanje Chedang Sanje Chonam La Chanjo Pardo Dane Dage Chushen Jebe Sunam Je Androla Peje Sanje Sanje Chedang Sanje Chonam La Chanjo Pardo Dane Jamzo Dage Chushen Jebe Sunam Lola Peje Sanje Androla Sanje Chedang Soje Chonam La Chanjo Pardo Dage Chushen Jebe Sunam Je Lola Peje Sanje. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. All the people on Zoom, good morning. Good night. So I'm sleeping. I'm sleeping, yes. So maybe short meditations based on like this mantra here, you know, 6 syllable mantra. So maybe some of you are wondering why I'm like turning this inside. There's like probably hundreds of thousands of mantra inside, compassion mantra. So when you turn, so then you are supposed to visualize that energy in the form of light radiate from the this prayer well. So then hoping that light touch people, then people become more compassionate. So that's the most important things. Say, the compassion heals, like heals your own pain and heals other people. Fear, anxiety, stress, all of that. So compassion, even though it's the most difficult one to practice, but that's the best. It's the best. The best. In order to get the maximum benefit for yourself, to enjoy calm mind, peaceful mind, compassion is the answer. Not based on like just faith, blind faith, based on profound reasons. When you look around, including yourself, look around, doesn't matter if you're Tibetan, monks, layperson, Americans, regardless what you eat, what you wear, what kind of tradition you follow, we all seeking every single second something good. So that's the fact. There's no different. There's no different. That's the fact. So if that's the case, so everybody like to be treated well. Everybody like to be respected. Everybody want to everybody wants people to take themselves seriously. So you do the same. In that regard, there's no difference. Everything based on that reality. Nobody wants even the slightest problems. Nobody. So nobody's looking for problems. Nobody. That's the reality. When it comes down on goodness, nobody's content. Nobody's content. That's another reality. Therefore, there's no difference between you and others. There's no differences. Same thing. Based on that reason, wish something positive for others. So you get maximum benefit. You get maximum benefit. So Buddha's teachings all boils down on how to be kind, more compassionate, more loving. Family need that, society need that, country need that, whole world need that. So then we will be better off if people are more compassionate, more kind, more loving. People don't feel fear. They feel comfortable around you. You feel comfortable around them. So there's, then everybody get benefit. So there's the core meaning of this mantra to how to embrace compassion, loving kindness, compassion. Okay. So now the meditation is based on this 6-syllable mantra. The mantra the meaning of the mantra is like protect your mind. That's the meaning of the mantra. It's not something that you say again and become mantra. It's not like the meaning of the mantra. The very meaning of the mantra is protect your mind. From what? From jealousy, anger, attachment, all this unhealthy thought. So then mentally you become unhealthy because you're angry all the time. You're, frustrated all the time. You're jealous. These are all unfortunate. So in order to overcome from all these things, so then if you focus on the meditation basis on this 6-syllable mantra, I'm hoping it will help you a little bit how to become more compassionate. Okay. So now in Buddhism, of course, see now you talk about energy. the most energy is created by the mind. It's not from the body. So more energy. Without energy, mind cannot function. Mind cannot function. In order to mind to function, it heavily rely on energy. Otherwise, mind or thought itself become like, how is a person with eye, but doesn't have leg to move around. So without energy, thought is like that. So the energy itself is like the person which has leg to move around, but doesn't have eye to see. So now the combination of thought and energy, so they can move around, they can see. So there's every thought that comes with the energy, believe or not. That's why the thought able to travel long distance, because of the energy. So that energy needs to be balanced. When that energy becomes imbalanced, then you become tight. So that's how all the stress has been generated. You become like not flexible, become tight. So that's why we go to do yoga, stretch, put your head down, legs up, all kind of things. So same thing, also that mind also needs stretch. So you can't just otherwise become uptight. When you become uptight, then you become vulnerable, intolerable, intolerant, intolerable or intolerant.
Maybe intolerant.
Intolerant, yeah, you become intolerant, impatient, and become vulnerable, not able to tolerate anything. So, like it's complicated, like each person has thinking, but we are not thinking the same thing. We are thinking all kinds of different things. We don't have same interests most of the time. So then like every actions, physical, mental, verbal actions are kind of like powered by thought. If that thought is become negative, so then all these actions become negative. So then, so there'll be like a ripple of negative impact on other people. So then being with someone who's not happy, does that make you happy? Probably not. It makes you unhappy too. So therefore, if everybody embrace the practice of compassion, everybody get benefit. So this mantra, it's called 6-syllable mantra. So in Buddhism, of course, there's like this energy. So now let's talk about the energy of compassion, energy of wisdom, energy of power. So now, when you're trying to get the energy of compassion, what kind of form you visualize? What kind of form? In Buddhism, there's like Avalokitesvarava. There's like 4-arm chain. Some of you are very familiar. Some of you are not. So I don't think we are. There's one here on the left, right next to the Linda. So that's called 1,000-arm chain. Also like energy that appear into form. That's one of them, 1,000-arm chain. So of course we are like any like visual image that kind of helps us because we can see, we can see. So, yeah, there's not another one I don't see here. Yeah, so anyway, there's 4-arm chain. So I was just wondering what kind of image you create if somebody asks you to, okay, visualize energy of compassion into some form, what kind of form did you visualize? Just wondering. Yeah, white, so anything that helps you to visualize, that is create the compassion energy into form. So then visualize that, okay? So if you are familiar with our Avalokitesvarava, 4-arm chain, which is like form of compassion, just visualize that. So then we will say the mantra 3333 3 times 6. Okay, 3 times 6. Then visualize the light, the white light, of course. So, traditionally, we all have what is it called, like, so this whole physical body is according to Vajrayana teaching. This is like all inside, what's happening inside. There are like chakras, 5 chakras, 5 chakras. So then from the chakras, there's like channels emerge, channels. So those channels, the energy move around into those channels. So chakra here, heart, the navel. So then the tip of the organ. There's 5 chakras. So then each has different colors. White, red, green, yellow, then blue. So that's when you meditate, you visualize 5 colors emit from the whatever image that you are going to use, Avalokiteshvara. So then 5 colors emit from their Avalokiteshvara body, so dissolve into your crown chakra, so then purify whatever the unhealthy thoughts that you are experiencing. Eliminate, so they become more compassionate, sake of your own happiness, and of course happiness around you. Okay. So the first 3 recitations visualize the white light emit from whatever image that you are visualizing, image, whatever like image of compassion you're visualizing. Just imagine the light, white light emit from there and through your crown chakra, hollow light, not just light, hollow light. So then energy flow from there. So then all the problems that related to the pride and arrogance completely purify. So then you yourself become free from that unhealthy thought, pride or arrogance. Okay, so that's the first visualization. So then Venerable Hamula will say the mantra 3 times. Then after that, I will pause maybe a few seconds. Then visualize that all the problems that related to the arrogant pride completely purify. You yourself become free from that unhealthy thought. Okay, then become more compassionate to yourself, to others. Like. Having compassion to oneself is the key for all the spiritual development. Having a self-respect, self-compassion, self-love, these are all key in order to succeed, in order to how to say, sake of spiritual growth, spiritual success, or mental development. Here, what are we trying to develop? We're trying to develop compassion. What we are hoping to become more compassionate towards yourself and towards others. Okay.
Om Mani Padme Hum.
Om Mani Padme
Hum.
Om Mani Padme Hum. So now the energy is from flowing to the hollow white light, fills up from your top of your toe all the way up to your crown chakra, completely fill up. Then eliminate all the problems associated related to the pride and arrogance. Then you yourself become more compassionate beings. Oh, So now the second one, jealousy. Okay, jealousy. Oh. Or you can just stick with the white light. It doesn't have to be, red. So if you are familiar with the 5 color light that is associated with each chakras, if you are familiar with that, you can visualize that colors. Okay, if not, so then just stick with the white light. Okay, but what hollow light? So then the energy flows, or nectar flows, or amrita flows. So then fill up from throat to all the way up to crown, completely fill up. Okay, so now this one, then any problem that is associated with the jealousy, completely purified, then you yourself become free from jealousy and become more compassionate towards yourself and towards others. Okay.
Om
Mani
Padme Hum.
Om
Om Mani
Padme
Padme Hum. Om
Mani
Mani
Padme
Padme Hum.
Hum. Oh yeah. So now the third one, opposite of not having a faith, doubt, so much doubt, so much doubt. Doubting your abilities, like not believing that you have abilities, like not believing that you could change, and like not believing that your life is precious, not believing your life is precious and meaningful and very difficult to find, all of that, not having doubting the very like spiritual practice that you're trying to engage yourself, doubting that the very like I don't think this mantra will help me to become more compassionate, or so much doubt. So see, if you want to go to Washington, D.C., first you have to have motivations to go. If you don't have motivation, probably you will not go. So the second, you have will to go, but you going into the wrong road. So then you can't get to Washington, because very road that you're driving is probably leading to Florida, not Washington, D.C. So then you keep going there. So that so then you are not 100% sure the very road that you are driving on. So that also creates obstacles. So these are the 3 obstacles: not having a will, and driving into the wrong road, and the very road that you are driving on, and like doubting. Same in life, same thing in the life. So like first you have no will to change, and you don't believe that you are capable, and then it's all begin from like precious human life. The life that you possess is, according to Buddhist teachings, is considered as very precious, so meaningful, so difficult to find, easy to lose. We have no clue. We have just idea. Oh, I'm going to be here tomorrow. It's just idea. It's just idea, so no clue, really no clue. So that's the kind of reality that we are living in. You can't say, oh, I'm young. No, young people die all the time. You can't say, I'm old. Old people live much longer than, this is not based on age. It's not based on like race or age or like religion or like tradition or culture. It's the fact, it's the reality, it's the reality. Oh, so that's the kind of reality that we're living in. So having a faith into oneself is the key that I can change, because the true nature is positive. The true nature, believe it or not, and according to Buddhism, it's called Buddha nature, but there's potential. True nature is pure, is good. It's almost like diamond under the dirt. You cannot see because it's covered with the dirt. Doesn't mean it's not there, it's there, but you can't see. So you need to like, this has uncovered the dirt, then it is there, right there, like that. So precious human life. This is a very important part of the meditations in Buddhism, so that you think about that your life is precious, meaningful, so difficult to find. Make sure you don't waste, because you could lose this any moment. That's the reality. So now the third one, the doubt. There's so much doubt, I cannot change. Oh, I'm a bad person. So like, this is all ignorance. It's all ignorance. There's no wisdom. Why you think yourselves bad? Why you think yourselves not worthy? These are all obstacles, in order to you to grow from inside out, shine from inside out. These are all obstacles. So Shakyamuni Buddha, all these great Buddhist masters encouraging us to think right from the beginning. Make sure that you understand that your life, the very life that you have, is very precious, very meaningful, difficult to find, easy to lose. These are the knowledge that you very much needed in order to grow from inside out, shine from inside out. This is very much needed. This knowledge is very much needed. So the doubt is not good things. The doubt is not good things. So now the third recitations, just to make sure that the Amrita or nectars or energy flows through the hollow lights, so then fill up from all the way from your throat to all the way up to your crown. So then eliminate all the doubt. You yourself become free from the doubt and become more compassionate. Okay. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum. So now the fourth one called ignorance. So that's a little bit complicated one here, the ignorance. This is not about becoming a religious person. This is not about believing. This is not about like believing in something. This is about the fact. So the fact. So now, how everything began from the sense, the notion of self. That's how everything began, notion of self. According to one of the Indian master, Chandakirti, according to his teachings, Chandakirti, one of the great Indian masters, Nalendra masters, right from the beginning, we become attached to self. That's for everybody. It becomes I. Is the center of everything. I. From there, so then my opinion, my idea, my body, my possession, my country, my people, then list goes on and on and on. That's how everything began. This has nothing to do with religion. It's the fact. So now, do we have any clue that the self that we holding so tightly? Do we have any clue? What is it? What is it? How you define self? I think important question to ask. Because we say all the time, I don't like this, I don't like your idea, I don't like the way you talk, blah, 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 goes on and on and on. So it's very important to analyze. Just see, if you try to analyze what happens. maybe you are not really corresponding with the true self, the self that you are corresponding, interacting in daily basis. Maybe it's like projected with your ideas, with your stories, status, wealth, titles, all kind of things. Not knowing the very self we hold so tightly, not knowing, according to Buddhism, that's called ignorance. It's very important to figure it out, what that ignorance is. Why? Because everything begins from there. Everything begins from the notion of self. Everything begins. So I think it's good time to time, try to meditate, try to find out how you define self. John. What is John? What do you have? You have body and you have thought, mind or brain. I'm not sure, like what kind of idea you get when you say mind? When we say mind, what kind of like, what are you thinking? Somebody say mind, what are you thinking? Tibetan called sim. There's many things to analyze. So that is the fundamental things, to try to overcome. So then self as a analyzing, total analysis on the self that we hold so tightly is very much needed in order to figure it out, in order to solve all these problems. It's like the root, that you need to go to the root, trying to figure it out. Why is all this happening? Something to do with the root. Okay. So there's then meditation on shunyata. Shunyata is become critical. Shunyata. Okay. So then like all different layers of, like, it's almost like onion, different layers of ignorance. Like I don't like not understanding every action has reactions, not understanding that, and like intentionally denying that doesn't do good. So there's so much to learn. In order to keep this life physically, mentally healthy. There's so much to learn, particularly when it comes down on as a healthy mind. There's so much to learn. Okay, so like need to identify all this. What are those unhealthy thoughts? How they arise? What are they? How they rise? How I can like stop them? There's so much to learn. So the healthy mind, healthy body is necessary, regardless whether you believe in religion or not. It's necessary for human happiness. Do we believe in human happiness? Huh? You think there's human happiness or just suffering? Huh? It depends on the day. Oh, that's true. That's also very true. That depends on the day. So that day is depend on what? It depends on the day. Day is depend on what? Depend on body or mind? Just asking, just wondering, just asking. Yeah, that's true. It depends on the day. So that the day depend on you, then you depend on body or mind. So that's what I'm saying. There's so much to learn. So anyway, yeah, human happiness does exist. Even in the prayer that you see, human happiness, divine happiness, human happiness. It exists. So then we are talking about human, physical body and mind. It's true. Besides that, there's nothing. There's nothing to pinpoint human, but human body and mind. So now body, each time when you become unhappy, due to body or due to what? So there's so much to learn, in order to enjoy healthy body, healthy mind. There's so much to learn. We are learning about healthy body. There's so much remedies, antidote. That we do all kinds of things for a healthy body, but we don't do enough, nearly enough for healthy mind, nearly enough for healthy mind. So that's why I'm saying so much to learn. Okay. So now the second round, there's a second note, the fourth round of mantra, fourth. Huh? Fourth. No, I think like that's the fourth. I think ignorance, that's the fourth. Yeah, so now the second round, they visualize, same visualizations while reciting the mantra.
Om Mani Padme Hum.
Om
Mani Padme Hum. Om Mani Padme Hum.
So number fifth, attachment. Clinking tightly on, not just tightening, clinging so tight. It's like drop of oil, drop of oil. When you drop one drop of oil on a piece of paper. In the beginning, it doesn't look very big, but slowly kind of spread. It's kind of, how you say, what do you call spread? Slow, not right away, slow. It's like that, So then it's hard to get out. Yeah, there is a way to enjoy without clinking so tightly on. There's enjoying. There's a way to enjoy things without holding so tightly. If you hold so tightly, as I mentioned before, it makes you vulnerable. Not venerable, vulnerable. It makes you vulnerable. So then like cup. There's many cups that you can drink, but you are attached to one cup. Serve the same purpose, just to drink. But so then you become so uptight when that cup broke, so then you kind of breaks. So people do go from shop to shop just to find this very specific toothbrush that you are so attached. There's many toothbrushes. It doesn't satisfy you. It has to have this very particular one. So that's going on. Cost energy, time, so much thing. So some countries there's a way to catch a monkey. You catch monkey. They have coconut. So they fill the coconut with the sweet. So there's a way to catch monkey. So the monkey comes, get hand into the coconut and grab a bunch of them. Now not able to get out. Now you want to get out from this coconut. Now you can't get out because you are tight. So you just need to release. You just need to release your hand. Then there's a way to get out. But holding so tightly on the sweet, trap. This example I saw they've been used. So anyway, there's a way to enjoy without holding so tightly. Do you believe? There's a way to enjoy. When you go to vacation, you probably stay in 5-star hotel. That's not yours. But you greatly enjoy, you have to leave this, maybe a couple of days. If you have a lot of money, maybe weeks. So that eventually you know right from the beginning that doesn't belong to you. Does that make you miserable? No. You enjoy. Maybe you don't usually take bath every day. Maybe at that moment you take bath to make sure that you get the most out of your money. So you enjoy. So then after you have no problem just letting it go because you know. So there is a way to enjoying the best of the best or enjoying best of the best. Then anything enjoying without holding so tightly. Need to learn. The moment you hold so tightly, it makes you vulnerable. So that's the downside. That's the downside of attachment. Downside of attachment. It doesn't mean you can. Well, of course, enjoy. Why not? Why not? Enjoying is not problems. The problem is holding so tightly. That's the big problem. Oh, so then the number 6. So the number 5. So that visualize that you yourself, becoming like free from attachment, then make a more compassionate. Okay. See, like how many arguments we went through in the kitchen. The glass broke, things break, people accidentally break. But it more seems like that for you. It's like more like intentional, but it's not intentional. It's accident. So how many stories our mind created? How many? Not just story, not short story, long story. All of them long. There's no short story. Unfortunately, they're all very long stories. Milarepa, that's the great Tibetan master, hermit, like whole life wandering in the wilderness. He only possessed one pot made out of clay. So one day he's like going to the creek to get some water. He eats nettles. That's what he eats. So he's just wandering in the wilderness, trying to figure it out, trying to discover the true nature, Buddha nature. Went to the creek, so then kind of probably that day probably rained a little bit. So then he like slipped through the mud and then broke that, to lose the control of the clay pot. Then the clay pot hit on the piece of stone and broke. What he said, if that's us, what we are going to say, probably we are going to probably create so much stories, long stories. What he said, it is right here, it's now gone. That is nature of impermanent. Finish. No ongoing story is finished. Right there, everything happened right there is finished. For us, no, it's not going to stop like that. Probably create so much stories. So this all can be prevented if you have some knowledge about, impermanent. We don't have to argue, or we don't have to fight. In the worst case scenario, fight, just one piece of glass broke into the kitchen. So the tata is right there, it's gone. In nature of impermanent. There's the old stories, all the story the Milarepa create, it's finished. Just time to move on. You can't just stuck there. You can't just make yourself miserable for that. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. You need to move on. Don't act like that's the end of the world. Then it might become end of the world. Don't act like that. Time to move on. So things break. All right. Things breaks. You breaks. Probably less stories. When you break, for sure, the story is going to be shorter. When someone else breaks, So then there's no break. There'll be no break, hardly a break. Then lecture after lecture. So they're saying in Tibetan, there's, the peace, dry peace. They're saying when you eat, it sounds much, the sound is much, sound is less. If somebody else eat the same piece that you're eating, if somebody else eat, it sounds very loud. So that means you breaking, that's okay, So there's somebody else doing is louder. So this Dharma is the same thing, the piece so when you eat, there's not much sound. When somebody else eat, there's a lot noisy, noisy. Same like that. So then think about it. It's nothing to do with religion. If you do something, it's okay. So if somebody else, somebody else taking up the laundry, no problems. But the person asks you to do the laundry, that's now a serious thing. Need to sit down, make the schedule, when, how many times, this like that, Ego, self-cherishing ego. So it's good to have something for others. It's not good to, everything has to be for you. You can't survive. Because everybody's looking for something. You are not giving them anything. You are just expecting everything for yourself. How you're going to survive? Impossible. It's not about religion, it's about the fact. It's impossible. Giving, taking, pretty good. That makes sense. Giving, taking, just taking. People will notice if sooner or later that. Why? Because they're also looking for something. You are not giving them anything. So that's what I'm saying. There's so much to learn. So now the last one is anger. The most destructive emotion, anger. Pain is, according to Buddhist teachings, anger is considered as a pain. It is pain. Unfortunately, we don't recognize it's a pain, but it is a pain. Once you harbor that pain, there's no peace. When we talk about peace, we are not talking about physical body, we are talking about mind. There's no peace in the heart, there's no peace. Because you are harboring the pain. But you are not going to have good night's sleep because of that. There will be no physical well-being, there will be no mental well-being. That's exactly what anger does. It's now time to awake. And look at the downside of anger. And now it's the time to practice patience. Sake of your own happiness, nothing else, sake of your own happiness. Okay. So then, so like how anger rise? Anger rise because we have desire. We all do. Different levels of desire. We all do desire to want something, desire to doesn't want something. When some obstacle take place between that desire, so then anger rises. Then you find the fuel to the anger. So that's how anger rises. According to Master Shantideva, Indian Nalanda Master Shantideva, in his text, Guide to Buddhist Way of Life, what he said, Deva is desire to don't want something, desire to want something, then there are some obstacles taking place. Immediately, then what you found the fuel. What do you do if you are not being fully mindful? If you are not being fully aware of what's happening, so then at the moment you found the fuel, if you are not being mindful, what do? You heavily rely on anger. What's the result? You are finished. You are finished now. You could be professor, you could be like a cardinal, minister, could be anything, but you are finished. You are wearing robe, you are finished. You could be resident teacher of Kadamba Center like me, but you are finished. Because anger, moment you rely on anger, yourself is completely destroyed. Da jom, da yourself, jom means destroyed, finished. Something to reflect on daily basis before you get angry. So, me, all my friends here, all the friends on Zoom, now is the time to reflect, time to awake. Don't get continuously angry because it requires so much energy that you invested, basically destroy yourself, that's all. It doesn't do any good. Your whole physical appearance change when you get angry. You become red, it doesn't look good. Physically, you don't look good. That's what you want. You make scare everyone else around you. They're kind of scared. Even your pet, dogs, slowly goes out, sense, Yeah, so that's very unfortunate. So time to wake, okay, time to wake. Oh. So then the last one, yeah, so they visualize that yourself become free from anger and become more compassionate.
Om Mani
Padme
Padme
Hum. Om Mani Padme
Hum.
Hum.
Om
Om
Mani
Mani
Padme Hum.
Today we just barely finished the preliminary prayer. Class even started yet, so now time is over. So maybe next Sunday. So time's over. Yeah, time is way over. So next Sunday we'll get together. So they continuously, then if there's questions, so then maybe next Sunday, sorry, it will postpone to next Sunday. So we'll discuss, okay? So we are going to do some like, it's called medicine Buddha meditations or healing meditations. You are welcome to stay or you are welcome to go. So you probably have zillions of chores to run. So don't feel bad. If you want to leave, you can leave, okay? So after 5 minutes, so we'll come back together here. So then do short meditations. So then class over. So I'm gonna do short dedication. So.
We'll read Shantideva's Bodhikaryavattara, page 246 in the Gold Prayer Book, 246. May all beings everywhere, plagued by sufferings of body and mind, obtain a notion of happiness and joy by virtue of our merits. May no living creature suffer, commit evil, or ever fall ill. May no one be afraid or belittled with the mind weighed down by depression. May the blind see forms and the deaf hear sounds. May those whose bodies are worn with toil be restored on finding repose. May the naked find clothing, the hungry find food. May the thirsty find water and delicious drinks. May the poor find wealth, those weak with sorrow find joy. May the forlorn find hope, constant happiness and prosperity. May there be timely rains and bountiful harvests. May all medicines be effective and wholesome prayers bear fruit. May all who are sick and ill quickly be freed from their ailments. Whatever diseases there are in the world, may these never occur again. May the frightened cease to be afraid and those bound be freed. May the powerless find power, and may people think of benefiting each other for as long as space remains, for as long as sentient beings remain. Until then, may I too remain to dispel the miseries of the world. And then the long life prayers on page 244. First, the one for His Holiness, the Dalai Lama.
In
the land encircled by snow mountains, you are the source of all happiness and good, all powerful Chen Reisig, Tenzin Gyatso. Please remain until samsara ends. And then a long life prayer for Sarah J. Khetsa Rinpoche Jitsun Losang Dalek. On page 245, the one who mastered his speech at a very young age, the one with great patience who received the name Awatare, the one with great precision who spread the teachings of Lama Tsongkhapa on bliss and void, Lama ornament of a yellow hat tradition. Please remain until samsara ends. On page 244, the one for Lama Zopa Rinpoche. You uphold the doer's moral way. You serve as the bountiful bearer of all, sustaining, preserving, and spreading Manjunath's victorious doctrine, who massively accomplished magnificent prayers honoring the three jewels. Savior of myself and others, your disciples, please, please live long. Then, of course, for Geshe Sangpo's long, happy, healthy lives. Om Tare Tu Re Soha. 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 Om Tare Tu Re Soha.
Well, thank you. I just want to say thank you, Linda. Thank you, Venerable Hamula. Thank you, Dharmasi, and all the people who helped to make the prayer wheel very clean, and especially for Neely and Felix, at that during that day, sponsoring the lunch for all the people who volunteers and all the people who helping the path around the temple. Thank you very much. And all Dharmasi, thank you for the big prayer wheel. Now looks nice. That prayer wheel contains many millions of mantras that I wrote. Took me like probably months because kind of heavy. So then tuning that, you get equal benefit of reciting millions of compassion mantra. When you turn for yourself, for your pet, for your family member, from where you reach your turn. So there's we try to create opportunity much as possible for you to create merit, which is a cause for happiness. Going around the stupa, you create so much merit. Going around the temple, all this holy object. Entire Buddha's teaching, invited from India, just you to see, have the imprint, okay? So please take advantage, okay? Thank you. Oh yeah, 5-minute break. So Linda, can you make this Zoom screen bigger? Or is it possible? Welcome back. Meditations. Please try to give for this meditation, try to give yourself 100%, if it's possible, 100%. Maybe like try to do the meditation from your heart, okay, not just from your brain. Try to do from your heart. I'm not going to do all this, 7 medicine Buddhas meditations, not all of them. So just the main one, just the main one. Rangi Jivo means, and on top of your crown, medicine Buddha, or dark blue bright light. If you can make that into shape of Buddha, that I'm trying to here to help you to create a visualization. If you are familiar with the medicine Buddha, so then please visualize that. If you are not very familiar with the medicine Buddha, then try to visualize dark, bright, blue light, which symbolize the healing energies. That is the essence of all the healing energy. According to medicine Buddha practice, that is the essence of all the healing energies. Yeah, please try to do it from your heart, not from your brain. Try to do it from your heart. Right hand is called like supreme giving hand gesture or hand mudra. Supreme giving is like this. Right hand is like this. Supreme giving hand mudra or hand gestures. And holding a medicinal plant. Left hand meditative positions and holding a bowl filled with amrita or nectar. Medicinal nectar, immortality nectar. Inexhaustible amrita, inexhaustible nectars. There are 3 types of nectar. The bowl is filled with that. Visualize your loved one, close one, your pet, your friend, family member, all of them visualize around you. And visualize on their crown too, visualize on their crown the medicine Buddha, if it's possible. Then the central heart of medicine Buddha, this medicine Buddha mantra, longer one, clockwise, standing clockwise. When we recite the mantra, then light constantly emit from that mantra. Moment that light touch yourself, all the people that you have been visualizing, you completely heal them, physically, mentally, completely heal them, make them healthy. Then hope they will do good things, not just to become healthy. Just think they will do good things. Spread the teaching of compassion, loving kindness, bodhicitta, every corner of the world. Then hope that each and every being on this planet become more compassionate, more kind, more loving, sharing, giving, not just taking. The nectar flows through the mantra. with nectar and the light simultaneously. So now we recite the longer version of mantra 21 times. If you are not familiar with the longer mantra, so that you can just, even just hearing the mantra, receive benefit, even just hearing. It will eliminate anger, attachment, ignorance, just hearing the mantra. I'm not making this up, just hearing the mantra, even though you are not able to say it, just hearing someone else saying, hearing the mantra will eliminate 3 poison, which are anger, attachment, ignorance, and of course all the physical problem, mental problem, just hearing the mantra. If you know the mantra, then please join, okay? The Venerable Hamala will lead the mantra.
How many times, Geshe-la?
21 times.
21 times. Om Namo Bhagavate Bekanze Guru Bedurya Tabarazaya Tathagataya Arhate Samyak Sambuddhaya Teyata Om Bekanze Bekanze Maha Bekanze Bekanze Raja Samugate Soha Om Namo Bhagavate Bekanze Guru Bedurya Tabarazaya Tathagataya Arhate Samyak Sambuddhaya Teyata Om Bekanze Bekanze Maha Bekanze Bekanze Raja Samugate Soha Om Namo Bhagavate Bekanze Guru Bedurya Tabarazaya Tathagataya Arhate Samyak Sambuddhaya Teyata Om Bekanze Bekanze Maha Bekanze Bekanze Raja Samugate Soha Om Namo Bhagavate Bekanze Guru Bedurya Tabarazaya Tathagataya Arhate Samyak Sambuddhaya Teyata Om Bekanze Bekanze Maha Bekanze Bekanze Raja Samugate Soha Om Namo Bhagavate Bekanze Guru Bedurya Tabarazaya Tathagataya Arhate Samyak Sambuddhaya Teyata Om Bekanze Bekanze Maha Bekanze Bekanze Raja Samugate Soha Om Namo Bhagavate Bekanze Guru Bedurya Tabarazaya Tathagataya Arhate Samyak Sambuddhaya Teyata Om Bekanze Bekanze Maha Bekanze Bekanze Raja Samugate Soha Om Namo Bhagavate Bekanze Guru Bedurya Tabarazaya Tathagataya Arhate Samyak Sambuddhaya Teyata Om Bekanze Bekanze Maha Bekanze Bekanze Raja Samugate Soha Om Namo Bhagavate Bekanze Guru Bedurya Tabarazaya Tathagataya Arhate Samyak Sambuddhaya Teyata Om Bekanze Bekanze Maha Bekanze Bekanze Raja Samugate Soha Om Namo Bhagavate Bekanze Guru Bedurya Tabarazaya Tathagataya Arhate Samyak Sambuddhaya
Teyata Om Bekanze
Bekanze
Maha Bekanze Bekanze
Raja
Raja Samu
Samugate Soha
Om Namo Bhagavate Bekanze
Guru
Guru
Bedurya
Chambarazaya Tata
Tathagata
Arhate
Arhate
Samya
Samyaksam
Sambuddha
Buddhaya
Teyata
Teyata
Om
Om
Bekanze
Bekanze
Maha
Maha
Bekanze
Bekanze
Raja
Raja
Samu
Samugate Soha
Om
Om
Namo
Namo
Bhagavate
Bhagavate
Bekanze
Bekanze
Guru
Guru
Bedu
Bedurya
Chambarazaya
Tabarazaya
Tata
Tathagata
Arhate
Arhate
Samya
Samyaksam
Sambuddha
Buddhaya
Teyata
Teyata
Om
Om
Bekanze
Bekanze
Maha
Maha
Bekanze
Raja
Raja Samu
Samugate Soha
Om
Om
Namo
Namo
Bhagavate
Bhagavate Bekanje
Bekate
Guru
Guru
Bedurya
Bedoya Tambara
Tabarazaya Tathagata
Tathagata Arhate
Arhate
Samya
Samyaksam
Sambuddha
Buddhaya
Teyata
Teyata
Om
Om
Bekanze
Bekanze
Maha
Maha
Bekanze
Bekanze Raja
Raja Samu
Samugate Soha
Om
Om
Namo
Namo
Bhagavate
Bhagavate
Bekate
Bekanje
Guru
Guru
Bedoya
Bedurya
Tambarazaya
Tabarazaya
Tata
Tathagataya
Arhate
Arhate
Samya
Samyaksam
Sambuddha
Buddhaya
Teyata
Teyata
Om
Om
Bekanze
Bekanze
Maha
Maha Bekanze Raja
Raja
Samugate Soha
Om
Om
Namo
Namo
Bhagavate
Bhagavate
Bekate
Bekanze Guru
Guru
Bedurya
Chambarazaya
Tabarazaya
Tata
Tathagataya
Arhate
Arhate
Samya
Samyaksam
Sambuddhaya
Buddhaya Teyata
Om
Om
Bekanze
Bekanze
Maha
Maha
Bekanze
Bekanze Raja
Raja
Samugate
Samogade
Soha
So Om
Om Namo
Namo
Bhagavate
Bhagavate
Bekanze
Guru
Guru
Bendoya
Bedurya
Chambarazaya
Tabarazaya
Tata
Tathagataya
Arhate
Arhate
Samya
Samyaksam
Sambuddhaya
Buddhaya Teyata
Om
Om Bekanze
Bekadze
Maha
Ma Bekadze
Bekanze Raja
Raja
Samogate
Samogade
Soha
So Om
Om Namo
Namo
Bhagavate
Bhagavate
Bekanze Guru Bedurya
Chambarazaya
Tabarazaya
Tata
Tathagataya
Kataya Arhate
Arhate
Samya
Samyaksam
Sambuddha
Buddhaya
Teyata
Teyata
Om
Om
Bekadze
Bekanze Maha
Maham
Bekanze
Bekadze
Raja
Raja Samogade
Samugate Soha
Om
Om
Namo
Namo
Bhagavate
Bhagavate
Bekadze
Bekanze Guru
Guru
Bedura
Chambarazaya
Tabarazaya
Tata
Tathagataya
Arhate
Arhate
Samya
Samyaksam
Sambuddha
Buddhaya
Teyata
Teyata
Om
Om
Bekadze
Bekanze Maha
Maham Bekadze
Bekanze Raja
Raja Samogade
Samugate Soha
Om
Om
Namo
Namo Bhagavate
Bhagavate
Bekanze
Bekadze
Guru
Guru
Bedura
Chambarazaya
Tabarazaya
Tata
Tathagataya
Arhate
Arhate
Samya
Samyaksam
Sambuddha
Buddhaya
Teyata
Teyata
Om
Om
Bekadze
Bekanze Maha
Maham Bekadze
Raja
Raja Samu
Samugate Soha
Om
Om
Namo
Namo
Bhagavate
Bhagavate
Bekadze
Bekanze Guru
Guru
Bedurya
Chambarazaya
Tabarazaya
Tata
Tathagataya
Arhate
Arhate
Samya
Samyaksam
Sambuddha
Buddhaya
Teyata
Teyata
Om
Om
Bekadze
Bekanze Maha
Maham Bekadze
Raja
Raja Samu
Samugate Soha
Om
Om
Namo
Namo
Bhagavate
Bhagavate
Bekadze
Bekanze Guru
Guru
Bedura
Chambarazaya
Tabarazaya
Tata
Tathagataya
Arhate
Arhate
Samya
Samyaksam
Sambuddha
Buddhaya
Teyata
Teyata
Om
Om Bekanze Maha
Maham Bekadze
Raja
Raja Samu
Samugate Soha
Om Namo
Namo
Bhagavate
Bhagavate
Bekadze
Bekanze Guru
Guru
Bedurya
Tambarazaya
Tabarazaya
Tata
Tathagataya
Arhate
Arhate
Samya
Samyaksam
Sambuddha
Buddhaya
Teyata
Teyata
Om
Om Bekanze Maha
Maham Bekadze
Bekanze Raja
Raja Samu.
Samugate Soha.
So now visualize that healing energy, very healing energy that you're visualizing on your crown. So dissolve into your body and remain there forever. Your negative karma, physical problem, mental problem, completely purify. And also all the people that you have been visualizing around you, their negative karma, their physical problem, mental problem, completely purify. So then the healing energy be ever present in your heart. Remain there forever. And grow. So from now on, any supplement, medications, or you take, before you take, if you can say the few mantras, the longer one, short one, blow on them and just take, and it will help. It will help you. Food, drinks, whatever you do, consume. If you can remember reciting mantra few times, one time, two times, three times, then blow on them. So then it increases the healing energy into the medications or supplement. Oh yeah, so now that in the medicine Buddha meditations, May all who are sick and ill quickly be free from the element. Whatever disease there in the world, may they never occur again. May all beings everywhere, plagued by suffering of body and mind, obtain the ocean of happiness and joy, the virtue of our merit. May all beings everywhere, plagued by suffering of body and mind, obtain the ocean of happiness and joy, virtue of our merit. May all beings everywhere, plagued by suffering of body and mind, obtain the ocean of happiness and joy, virtue of our merit. Oh, yeah, wonderful. So, finish meditation. So, thank you, children, translating people back in Patagonia. All of you have a wonderful weekend.
Thank you, Geshe-la.
Yeah.
Thank you, Geshe-la. Thank you. Thank you, Linda. Thanks,
Thank you, Linda.
Loma.
Thank you, Lama.
Thanks, Lamala. Thanks, Lamala.
Thank you, Lamala.
Looking here, seeing there. Okay.
Thank you.